Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Watcher of Realms video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Immortal Codex and specifically about the Arbiter of Frost. Okay, this is gonna end tomorrow in like 20 hours, but if you see this video at a later stage, it should still be relevant unless I make another video on it. Then it might not be the case. However, what I wanted to show you today is something that I just figured out, because you know what, I went to the challenge itself and I was like, okay, let me try and get myself higher a little bit. I was at like A+. That's what I got to. I got to A+, where I had Hollow as my healer and it just had, you know, people that do damage over time like Zealotooth, Wind Fiend, Anai, and Assault, you know, the OP epic that works here. And I just couldn't go further. I just couldn't go higher with this one. And I said, you know, let me look at the leaderboards. And I pretty much scroll through here, and the first thing that I see is Dolores. Like, you know, I see Dolores everywhere in all of the teams. I'm like, wait a second, why does that work? I tried to run it myself, and well, it didn't work. It did not work. And I was like, why does it not work for me? The reason why it doesn't work is because of this one. When a hero applies a buff by casting skills, they will be frozen. So Invigoration, the buff that Dolores actually casts from her ultimate, which is one of the best things in the game, because this is why she's the best at this one. She applies Inspiration, where she increases all the allies' attack by proportion and gives it, you know, gives based on her. So increases attack proportion to the caster's attack. While this effect is active, other buffs affecting the inspiration will not take effect. Additionally, the caster is immune to such buffs. So basically 40% of her attack is given to all allies, and that's a lot, okay? That is a lot when we consider that, you know, we can get her stuff like this over 12,000 attack, you know. Normal, somebody has a base of like, let me show, I don't know, somebody has a high base. Uridan, okay, he has like 6,000 base, and then you would give him another 12,000. If you consider 40% of her 12,000, that's another 5,000. That's almost a lot, you know, that's almost double what he has the base. So, yeah, sorry, doubling the base. So that's why this one's so powerful. But in this fight, it doesn't really work because, well, you're gonna get frozen. But there's one trick, and actually, I'm not gonna lie, I actually went on YouTube and I searched for not Fastidious, I just searched for this. I wrote Arbiter of Frost Dolores just to see how does it work. And well, there was a collab of Fastidious with Quas, if I say his name right, and they actually said that it's pretty simple and pretty straightforward the way to make this work if you're using Dolores, or it doesn't have to be Dolores, if you're using somebody like a Constance, if that works better for you. If you want to use that inspiration, okay, basically their ultimate, you just have to do it when the ball summons that cryo ball thingy. So let me show you exactly how it works. It's basically, I'm usually pretty lazy, I'm not gonna lie. I usually try to throw a team together, pull it on full auto, and see what happens. I'm not always min-maxing stuff. I don't always have the time, so I just start by placing my Zealotooth here. Keep in mind, you want to keep her as close to the target as possible. Then I'm placing my Assault, then my Anai, then I'm throwing Twin. Wait, that was wrong. Let's go again. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm boosting with Dolores, Zealotooth, Assault, and Anai, which are the main damage dealers. Then I'm also healing with Hollow, the ones that matter, especially, you know, Assault and Zealotooth, because they're going to do the most damage. So I do like this. I throw my Hollow over here. Then I throw my Anai over here. She's still boosted by Dolores, and then Twin Fiend goes on the other side. Then I let it go, and basically all you have to do, like, you know, if you want to be lazy like me, let me just move myself to the other side. You just pop your ultimates when they are ready, okay? The only one that you would not pop is Dolores. Okay, now you can do it. So you see, she's not frozen. If you do it while that ball is actually over there and the boss casts it, you can cast that one, because I don't know why, like the same way that Fastidious and Quas said in the video. Not sure if it's working as intended or if it is a bug. I hope it's working as intended, because, you know, that's a cool way to still allow people like Dolores and like Constance, which are pretty much used in almost every other area of the game, to boost for damage. It's a cool way to actually still be able to use them. Otherwise, it would have been sad. And, you know, this makes it a lot easier for you to actually go ahead and just hit that at least S tier, okay? That's the goal in general, you know, starting to get that S tier and then basically try to push over to the higher as much as you want. For me usually it's the S tier first on stuff that's a lot harder, and then afterwards, if I can get to, you know, double S, triple S, then I'm gonna go for it. But this one's just, it's game changing. I'm not gonna lie, I just could not pass the what's it called, the S, the S, yeah, I could not get to S. I was just keep doing A plus as my score, A plus. I'm like, oh, come on, how are they doing it and I'm not? And basically this was the only trick. Having to use Dolores, or again, if you use Constance, somebody like a Constance, just use their ultimate when the boss does that, summons that giant snowball, this one, the Cryo Core A Mass, okay? You can use it then, and then you're not gonna get frozen. This should pretty much make it work for you. Let's see, am I gonna smash it? Okay, this was some bad RNG. This was some bad RNG. You know what? This was some bad RNG, but you can see what I'm doing. Pretty much, it's just pretty straightforward. I just go in there, I just click everybody's ultimate, just double tap it, and then just use Dolores' ultimate when the boss is casting that Cryo Mass thingy. Cryo Core A Mass. So let me just run this on full. You can see that I already have S+. I guess I just had some bad RNG, but let me just run it again for you. I did miss some clicks at the beginning because, you know, sometimes when you're trying to explain and, you know, show things, explain and click at the same time, it can be tricky, especially in a game like Watcher of Realms, where you pretty much have to be like, you know, on point. You have to click the stuff at the right time sometimes to try and min-max the damages and all the ultimates and whatnot. But this is pretty fun. I'm really happy that I managed to do this. Now, when it comes to the DPS, you're obviously going to use whoever are going to be your best DPS when it comes to damage over time, because that's what does the most damage. You see over here that the boss takes each stack reduces damage taken by 80%. So he has 2 stacks. That means you're basically doing 0 damage with actual hits. Just continuous damage is what gives him damage. So that's like, you know, as they're called in other games, they are called dots, damage over times. And that's your poisons, that's your burns. So that's what's gonna do the most damage. So that's why you see that I'm using Zillitu, I'm using an I have an A1, an I, because I'm, you know, I got lucky and I pulled one. I guess another one, she does a bit more damage with her burns on the A1 if I'm not mistaken. But the fun thing is that actually the MVP of most of the fights, unless you have the Praetus and the Alistair, you know, which are OPOP. Okay, that was bad timing. Oh, come on. This can happen. If you just fall out of it, this can happen where she does her ultimate a little bit late and yeah, she gets frozen. So I guess you just gotta be careful with that. It seems like Auto might not be my best friend. Come on, hit, at least give me the S. Give me the S so I can show the people the S. There we go. Even with the bad RNG of doing Dolores using her ultimate a little bit later, we still got S. The thing is, you obviously have to keep an eye. If you're just gonna throw it full auto, you still want to try and manual it, because Dolores has that passive that gives her a chance to boost her rage up, and it's only an 80% chance, so RNG can happen. But back to the DPS, people. Basically, like I said, the game pretty much gives you, like, shows you who are the good options over here with the thumbs up. So obviously Zillitu is one of the best, and Nisalt is actually the MVP. Like, for most of the teams, again, I was trying to say, apart from Praetus and Alistair, which do, you know, those the erosion and that combo itself, that could do more damage. If you don't have those, these are going to be your best bets. Nisalt, Anai, Zillitu. Obviously, if you have a Twin Fiend, if you have Solkanance is going to be better. Even Hex can help. Arrogance can help because he brings buns. Basically, people, they bring buns, they bring poisons, all the cool stuff like that. Apparently, Cuke doesn't work anymore. The rare that we used to do that just kept bringing poisons to cheat it with. I guess even somebody like a Vladov could work. Obviously, this is if you don't have the better options. But what I suggest is always try, you know, try all of your people that do damage over time. See who does better damage and then just keep that in your team. But for me, this is my team. Let me quickly show you the builds that I have on them. So my Twin Fiend is in a 3-piece Aegis Wrath with the 2 pieces of Annihilating Might. He is fully skilled up, and I do have a Tear of Twilight on him. Then when it comes to Zillitu, she's an Immortal Warrior and Whirlwind, okay? These are her stats. I'm not going to click and go into details. I'm just trying to show you quickly because videos would go so much longer if I showed every single piece of stat. She's fully skilled up, and she does have a level 5, a maxed out Wailing Skull. Then when it comes to Anai, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even swap their artifacts. Whatever artifact I had on Anai and Assault, which I'm not using anywhere else, I just left it. You can easily just go ahead and throw the Twin Fiend on. Okay, you can just sorry, not the Twin Fiend, the Tear of Twilight on, and should be just fine. So she's running a what's it called again? Soulbound Arcana. This is obviously the best one for people that you know do ultimates regularly, and Anai is one of those ones. And then like I said, artifact, whatever. When it comes to like skills, I just skilled her up until it asked me for crystals, and that's it. Then I stopped, you know, tried to be efficient. Dolores, she's in my guild boss build, Invigoration plus Calamity. She does have she's fully scrolled because as an epic, it's easy to skill them up to the maximum. Golden Scarab as the artifact. Then when it comes to Hollow, I have her again in Invigoration, and then with the Whirlwind. then again fully scrolled, and then she has the Euphoric Orb, and then Assault, the MVP actually, the one that does the most damage. Again, Soulbound Arcana, maybe attack speed might be better, you know, if you could try and give him a little bit more attack speed so he attacks faster, but I guess this one more for me. Fully skilled up, and then Artifact again. I just had a leftover Keen Wisdom, that's what I used. Again, I could throw on him something like a Tear of Twilight, try and min-max it and push it forward, but I actually try to show more relatable, more, you know, laid back, because not everybody tries to min-max it, and most people maybe are like me, that just want to throw team together, easily do that, don't perfectly min-max every piece of gear in there, and then just try to do the best. And well, this is the perfect example of that one. But anyway, I think I'm gonna leave it at this for today, guys. Thank you all for watching. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.
Hell hath no fury like a mother's